Welcome to the Crary Podcast. With me I have Hiromi Katayama, and she's going to be exhibiting at the Crary from September 1st through September 22nd, with a grand opening on Saturday, September 1st. And so welcome to the gallery.
Thank you. I'm really excited and I'm really happy to be able to exhibit at the Crary Gallery.
It's going to be awesome. I see you have a lot of experience in exhibiting already in your young career.
Yeah, I try. Since I moved from all the way from Japan, I would love to introduce about the Japanese painting as much as I could.
Did you just start painting in Japan?
Yes, I studied Japanese traditional painting when I was BFA at Yoshibi University of Art and Design for 4 years. After I finished my Bachelor of Fine Arts, I came to the United States to study MFA in Edinburgh.
So what made you decide to come to the States and particularly Edinburgh?
Edinburgh has the great English as a second language classes, which is obviously like the English course for foreigner to start. And they had a great program, plus great MFA. So I decided to come here.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know how much snow this place gets, though.
So did you pick up Western influences in your paintings once you studied in Edinburgh?
Yes, especially like seasonal stuff, like since Edinburgh Edinburgh got a lot of snows and the leaf color change in the fall with snow and those kind of like a nature related visual scene definitely influenced me. It's not necessarily something Western culture, but what I see, what I experience in America, I will say this is my Western influence.
So you'd say you added colors to your palette then as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I noticed some in your other work when I was looking at your website that there was some fluorescence and some quite vibrant colors.
Yeah, it does. I didn't have so many bright colors before I came to the United States, even like first couple years in the United States. It's just a lot of things I've been, even go to the I went to the Walmart and see so many bright color things. It is different than what I see in Japan. Things much more monotone, subtle in Japan compared to America. So I'm for sure the things I see every day influence me a lot.
Oh, sure. Can you describe the creative process you go through in terms of you creating your work?
I see the nature. I sometimes take a photo. I sometimes go online and make my favorite photos folder. And I self-study. I research what I like. And I make those photos and I'm trying to figure out, I like these things. It's just, I never know. Let's say I like the reflection because I've been collecting a lot of reflection photos. And I realized, I like reflection. If I know I like reflection, if I go outside, I am much more paying attention for the reflections. And the things I see in real life, that thing also I knew I like, it always inspires me. And sometimes I take photo right there. Sometimes I just bring my imagination or my memory right there to my studio, start making drawings, usually with watercolor pastels on the little scale, like 6x8 or 5x7, something like that. And then I will move for the bigger piece. That's how I create my paintings.
Uh-huh. Do you sketch as well?
Yeah, but not very often. I sometimes use like mini photos, like for the big piece, like Beyond Culture. I think I did use 20 or more pictures to make that one image for drawing.
Uh-huh.
And after the drawing, I usually not going back to the pictures at all. So it's more like the things in my mind, things on my hand, rather than the things I saw from outside.
Mm-hmm. This is a question I'd like to ask all the artists I interview. I mean, you're working with large panels and your work is quite complex. And how do you know when you come to a point where you're finished with your work?
I don't know if this is the greatest answer, but my answer will be I'm pretty much exhausted.
Mentally and physically?
Both. And I realized that, my painting took all of my energy. This piece is done.
Uh-huh. So when you work on a piece, you work on it until it's finished, or you put it aside and go back to it later? And
I don't go back later, usually.
Uh-huh.
And very sometimes, like, I dislike it, and it's set like more than a month at least, and I sometimes go back, but try to not go back because it never ends.
Uh-huh.
And I really like to create as much as I could.
Uh-huh.
So if I keep going back, the other piece will never come up. So I've always wanted to have some fresh energy things going on for new pieces rather than regretting past.
So has your work evolved as you continue and going on to different subjects? You might be going from more vibrant colors, or do you go to more subtle tones? Do you find that your work is evolving and moving in different directions?
Yeah, it is always. Every month I have some change. As long as people are the working artists will always have a change, I think. And I don't even realize I'm changing something sometimes. But my studio colleagues told me, professor told me, had a solo show and realized that something has changed. So it is a lot of different ways to realize how much I change the little piece of my artwork. But the energy I put in for the pieces would never change. So, and sometimes I always felt like since I'm painting nature, seasons always related with my painting. Like cold winter, I tend to have a white, a lot of like subtlety colors.
Right.
And then in the fall, I tend to have a lot of orange and the brown. So these always change. And it is hard. Like I've been talking in an artist statement, I've been talking about my culture difference and who I am as a Japanese. But I started understanding about American culture more than before. So I am trying to figure out, like, probably I'm the the position confusing between the Japanese culture and American culture, and that's quite different to different cultures. And I can't really say which is right, which is wrong, what is better, what is not. So as a Japanese painter using Japanese traditional painting, but appreciating American culture and enjoying American culture. So it's getting kind of confusing right now. It was easier before because I only knew about Japanese culture and everything I'd done in America was brand new and shocked me.
Uh-huh.
But now I've been here for 4 years and getting understand about America much better. So now I can start thinking about, so why Japan do this way instead of America? I think America was better. Mm-hmm. There's always argument inside of the mind.
Oh, sure. What would you like for the audience to take away when viewing?
Oh, I would like to them to see my painting and go to and there. I don't know how to say. I want people to went into my paintings and swim around. And if it's possible, I would like to hear what did they see from my paintings.
Uh-huh.
It's always fun to hear what they see from my painting. For example, that To Future, that blue second large screen I'm having in Crary Gallery. That piece. And some people say that they're watching from bottom of the sea, and seems like they became a fish.
Right.
And looking up the outside. And some people say they're human and watching down the lake, and there is reflections. Mm-hmm. And I think I was tree. My body is the tree, and my hand was the branch of the tree. Uh-huh. And I am holding the water. So there's like 1,000 different ways of reading my paintings, and I would like to read that audience to see whatever they feel like, and I wanted to, and then the audience to enjoy what they see.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
So I just want them to relax and enjoy.
That's cool. Since you had to experience the, I guess you call it culture shock of learning United States culture, American culture as a contrast to Japan, what advice would you give to other foreign students if they make the trip to the United States and studying art within the United States and how to adapt?
First, they have to expect they're gonna in America, people speak up. So I think we have to speak up what exactly we wanted to do, rather than suggesting that the things you wanted to do. In Japan, we do guessing game. That's how I call. Nobody say exactly what they want until the other person figure out. That's like the polite way of communicating with people. Uh-huh. But here in America, we say what we want. And if it's not good for you, they're gonna say no, and that's totally fine. So I had a hardest time to understanding that culture, that composition way. But so I was afraid to give my opinion for a couple of months, even probably almost a year, and I was hoping somebody will understand me what I wanted to do. That's not going to happen.
Sure.
Everybody, I will strongly suggest that start speaking up. That is feel justice in America.
I think it's something you have to adjust to as well. I mean, it's always going to be an effort for anybody to go through that process. So, and you did very well.
I did. I tried. Now, if I go back to Japan, I'm just one of the stranger dogs.
No. Well, we look forward to seeing your work at the Crary, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and we look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really excited.
Awesome.
The Beyond Culture is the biggest painting I ever done in my whole artist career. This piece was sprayed as a zigzag screen, and I am hoping you're able to see the image with more dynamic way, seeing the zigzag display, and help eye moves go through entire image. I've been painting the cherry blossom tree for almost 2 years, and I'm really into the reflections of the trees and natures, and I feel a lot of movement and moment and sound, even smell of nature from that piece, and I put all of my energy to it. And I don't want to explain what exactly image I was painting for that specific piece, because I wanted every single person to have a different way of viewing my piece. But I was putting all of my technique I learned in Edinburgh for 4 years. I was specifically trying to put every single technique, every single change I passed, looking from all of my portfolio in the last 4 years, and put into that one piece. So it's like one of the, it has every single change or bridge I passed in 4 years in that piece, using cherry blossom subject matter.
Nice.